So let me just set my recording here. Sister Elizabeth from Kenya will be leading the devotion this hour. So welcome everybody to day 3. And I hope we're all ready. There are lots of presentations that will happen today. So we're trusting the Lord that everything will go well. I'm going to hand over now to Sister Elizabeth from Kenya, and she will lead us in the opening prayer and devotion. Sister Elizabeth, over to you.
Thank you very much, Brother Tim. My name is Elizabeth. I would like us to unmute ourselves as we sing this worship that say, "Oh, come, let us adore him," for just a few seconds. Unmute. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Is it a new song to all of us?
Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. I'd like us to, you can now mute yourself. You can now mute yourselves. I would like us to read the book in the Bible, in the book of Matthew 5, verse 16. Matthew 5, verse 16 says, let us start from verse 14b. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Verse 15 says, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lamp stand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Praise the Lord. I'm so moved by this scripture that it talks about being the light of the world. As we go through the training, or as healthcare workers who are already equipped and have the knowledge of how to share or how to put our lamps on the lampstand, that people may see our good works. So the good works in us cannot be visible until we put on the light. So as we go through the training, we put on our lights, that when we go to our working place or when we meet our friends, let that light shine. Let the people see the very good works that God has set in our lives. The good works are sharing Christ's love, having a burden for the patient and sharing and empathizing with the patients or with the people that we are working with or our colleagues, and let people see this very light. In fact, most places, when you go to many departments, maybe in the hospital, you will find that the person whose light is on and people have seen his or her good works, you'll find your colleagues naming that person pastor. They keep addressing him as pastor. Pastor, pray for us. Pastor, we are going to visit a sick person, and please don't miss. Because that healthcare worker or that person, his light is on, and he has put that light on the table or on a lampstand, and people are able to see. Now, as we go through the silent process, we have a lot. We learn a lot, and we have a lot. Like people may see what we have, we have to put on the light. When we were trained in Nakuru, Kenya, we were so many, but very few kept their lights, their lamp, their lights on. Others said, I am not able, I can't, I didn't understand. And they gave many reasons. But after they were given the lamps, they put it under the table. They did not put it so that people may see their good works. And with the saline process, there are many, many good works. Many, many good works. Yeah. And people would like to see these many good works, that they may glorify God. So the good works that will be seen in our lives are not only for us to feel good, but they are there to glorify God. So let God be glorified in our daily lives. When we are at home with our people, with our family members, when we are with our friends outside there, when we are at our working place, let this light shine. Let people see these good works that we have, that they may glorify God. So may God be glorified. Let this fire of this light of the saline process or the saline witness continue to shine. And if it continues to shine, will cause others also to shine as we share the same with our colleagues, and they'll carry that burden and start sharing the same, and these good works will be seen, and our God will be glorified. May we desire God to be glorified in everything that we do, and may He be exalted in everything. And to Him be all the glory and the honor. May God bless you. May God keep you. God cause your light to shine. Amen. Back to you, our brother team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Elizabeth, for the word of exhortation and prayers. We thank God for yet another day and for the strength and grace He's given us to continue with this training. And so the last time we met, we started with the presentations, having gone through the worksheet which we have used to prepare the lesson plan and the teaching plan. And that teaching plan it forms the backbone of what we teach. If you're doing question one, you need to prepare, you need to understand the key points, the objectives, the issues that may arise when you teach, and you look at some of the training tips. So we also give feedback to those who presented. The group 6 presented the introduction and they received feedback. And the other group did question 2. That's the group from Kenya did question 2. We also gave them feedback. And finally, I think, yes, the group from Nigeria did question 4 and they also received feedback. So what we are going to do today, we will give an opportunity for group 1, which is Malawi, to present, and we'll give them feedback. Then group 3, which is Uganda, will also present and will receive feedback. And finally, group 5, which is Ghana, will present and get feedback. So once we've done all those presentations, we'll take a short break and have some time to prepare to go into the slide presentation. So this is where you now teach the saline process witness training PowerPoint as if you are teaching to a real group in a real training. This is where you now practice to teach, taking into account all the preparations you have made using the lesson plan for that particular question you're teaching. So the slides you teach are the same for which lesson plan you have prepared, so that you can follow all the things you prepared in the lesson plan, as well as the feedback that you have received to teach the question that corresponds to that lesson plan. So that forms the backbone of what we are going to be doing today. And so without further ado, I want to check if the group from Malawi is here and ready to prepare. Sister Catherine did send me the document they've prepared. Sister Catherine, are you here with us and are you ready to present? Or anyone from Malawi? Can we see those from Malawi? Can you show by raising your hand? Okay, I don't see Sister Catherine. I don't see any other hands from Malawi. Perhaps they are still trying to log in. So while we give them time to come, perhaps we can move to the next group, which will then be the group from Uganda that will be presenting question 3. So do we have the team from Uganda? Reverend Peace, you are from Uganda. Can you unmute yourself?
Brother Tim.
Yes.
Is Group 6 now presenting the introductory part before we go to the questions?
Group 6, haven't you presented already?
Okay, because the last time I left before the training was over.
I think Group 6 did present. So
we did, Brother Tim. We did present for the outline.
Yes.
We did.
Group 6 presented the introduction. Group 2 presented question 2, and Group 4 presented question 4. So there are 3 groups that are yet to present, and those are the groups I've just mentioned: Group 1, Group 3, and Group 5.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so
thank you.
Yeah.
But Sister Nora, we are still going to present today with slides.
You're still going to teach the slides today.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. So Reverend Peace is here. Reverend Peace from Uganda, can you unmute and tell us if you're ready to present on behalf of your group? You are still muted. Can you open your microphone? We can't hear you yet.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Reverend Peace from Uganda, and we are given question 3, which the title is "What is my part?" And according to page 40 on the outline, we have the spiritual vitality. Then we have spiritual influence, and on the spiritual influence, there is the 5 C's, which is the Christ-like character, competence, compassion, and communication, and courage. On the activities, spiritual vitality, we are to select our health. Then the procedure is individual completion and assessment guide in a workbook, finishing with prayer individually and for a larger group. And the learning objectives is from page 144, and the objective is to understand the impact of our spiritual influence on others wherever we go. Number 2 is to evaluate one's own spiritual vitality and recognize the importance of maintaining one's spiritual vitality for spiritual influence. Then number 3 is to identify the 5 character traits. These are the 5 C's, which I've already talked about, of the spiritual influence I talked about in the outline, which is Christ-like character, competence, compassion, wise communication, and courage. And this is a focus on the discipleship. Then number 4 is to identify conditions for a safe environment that optimize. Then potential problems. When you are teaching the participants, some may not feel comfortable sharing about their personal spiritual journeys, where they are in their relationship with Christ. And some participants may not be spiritual vital. Then taking too much time for FCs to do not preach. Then training tips is on page 117. Then after that, you summarize what you have already covered so far. Then you encourage a prayer approach to the spiritual assessment activity. Then you keep the practical and on. You have to be practical and honest, and be honest. Hello?
We're still here. We can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I prepared for question number 3.
Okay, so that is the outline for question 3 by Uganda, represented by Reverend Peace Magundu.
Yes.
Thank you very much for presenting. Yeah. Question 1, okay, that's question 3 now that she has presented. And as you know, question 3 is the one that tries to answer the question, what is my part? What is my part? So she has talked about spiritual vitality, spiritual influence, and the 5 C's, and safe environment. So those are the outline. And
yes.
The only activity in question 3 is the spiritual vitality, where individuals will do a self-reflection to assess and reflect on their own spiritual health. And what I want to point out here is that we often give participants an opportunity upon reflection to determine where they are in terms of their spiritual health and their relationship with God. But we don't stop there, because we also recognize that sometimes participants come for this training and they have not really had that personal relationship with God.
Yes.
So, having reflected and gauged themselves to know where they stand with God using the spiritual Abga, some may find themselves wanting. So, we don't just want to let it go. We always want to give them an opportunity, should they be willing and ready to reconnect with God, to rededicate their lives to Christ, or even to give their life to Christ afresh if they haven't done so already. So know that there's always an opportunity here when teaching question 3 to allow participants, upon self-reflection, upon weighing themselves and knowing where they stand with the Lord, to still reconnect. And remember, one key thing here is safe environment. So you have to make it easy for them and create that safe environment for them to be willing to break that volitional barrier, so to speak, and to commit their lives, to rededicate their lives to Christ and to pray and even invite Christ in their lives if they haven't done so already, even though they've been going to church. Knowing that not everyone who comes for the saline process training has that personal relationship with God. So let's remember that, and let's not miss that opportunity of reaping the harvest when we do
Yes.
question 3.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you very much, Reverend Peace, for that. One of the potential problems, and just like she has mentioned, uh, of course, we've talked about participants not being spiritually vital. They may find that they are wanting after doing the spiritual upgrade. But the other thing is, you will find facilitators can take too much time teaching the 5 C's. Some may even start preaching, using the 5 C's and start preaching. So let's be aware of that so that we are not carried away and we don't go off on a tangent. That could be a potential problem. So the timekeeper of the group should ensure that they give a sign to those who are teaching the 5 C's if they notice that they are carried away, they're going off on a tangent, or they start preaching. So you must have a way to bring them back to topic. Okay. Great. So thank you very much, Reverend Peace, for representing Uganda well in presenting the outline for question 3. Now, Catherine is back with us, Catherine from Malawi. And I'd like to find out if Catherine is ready to do question 1, to present the outline using the worksheet for question 1. Catherine, can you hear me?
Sorry.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. So are you ready to present?
Yes.
And would you like me to share the screen for the material that you sent?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let me open it and I'm going to share it and then you can present.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. I'm Catherine Miti from Malawi, representing Group 1. So we are representing question 1, which is saying why faith is important in health care. So this is the lesson plan that Group 1 discussed.
Catherine, we can't hear you anymore. Are you still there? I don't see Catherine anymore. Looks like her call has dropped. So we'll just give her some time to come back. But in the meantime, I want to check if Ghana is ready with question 5. Ghana, are you ready? I see Brother Joe Virtue, Adai. I know Brother Dennis is here as a facilitator. I see Sister Joanna from Ghana. Ghana, are you ready? Ghana, we can't hear you. Brother Ezekiel, Razak, are your people here? Brother Ezekiel, Brother Joe. Yes.
Yes, we are here.
Okay. So while we are waiting for Sister Catherine to reconnect, are you ready to present?
Brother Joe will be doing the presentation on our behalf. Brother Joe, back to you. Are you here?
Brother Joe is unmuted, but we cannot hear him.
Let me try and reach him.
Okay. So while you're trying to reach him, I want to welcome Sister Chugo from Nigeria and also Brother Albert Baduya. Let's see, and Brother Daniel Gichuhi. Yeah, let's see who else joined. Sister Nozuko and Brother Obuchuku. Welcome to all of you. We are still doing the presentation of the teaching outline.
Hello, Mr. VP.
Trainer.
Good afternoon. You are on. Hey, yeah.
He's mute.
Mute them.
If it's Brother Joe Ada A, is mute.
No, Brother Joe is not muted. I can see that he's unmuted, but we cannot hear him. So maybe he will have to log out and log back in again. Brother Joe, if you can hear me, perhaps you'll have to log out and log back in again. Perhaps that will give you your audio back because we really cannot hear you. Okay. So we still have 2 presentations of the teaching outline outstanding from Malawi and doing question 1 and from Ghana doing question 5. Okay. And for the rest of the groups, after these 2 presentations, we're going to give you like 10 minutes to go back into the breakout rooms and finalize your presentation for the slides you are going to be presenting from the introduction right through to question 5. So you will stick with the same question because you have used those to prepare, and those are the ones that you will be presenting. Okay, I still don't see Sister Catherine. I want to check again with Ghana if you're ready. Brother Joe, can you unmute now and speak? Let's see if we can hear you. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Great. So
I'm ready. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Please proceed.
Thank you. Can I share my screen, please?
You can open your video if you don't mind while you present. So that
No, I don't have a video working.
Okay.
Can I share my screen?
Go ahead. Yes.
I want to share my screen.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Reverend Peace, I see your hand. Reverend Peace, do you have a question? Your hand is up. Okay, maybe that was just a mistake. But go ahead, Brother Joe, when you're ready.
Yes. Okay.
Reverend Peace, I see your hand is up again. Do you have a question or a comment? Reverend Peace, please can you try put down your hand if it's not a question or a comment, if it's a mistake. Yeah, okay, thank you. Brother Joe, please proceed whenever you're ready. Brother Joe, we really cannot hear you. Oh, I'm really sorry, Brother Joe. We cannot hear you. Perhaps we'll come back to Sister Catherine. I see she's back again. Sister Catherine, are you ready now to proceed? Sister Catherine, can you unmute yourself and tell us if you're ready to proceed?
Hello, Brother Tim. I think you should just give me 30 minutes because I'm on my way. So when I'm home, I think I'll present well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. We'll give you some time.
All right. Thank you.
Let's come back to Ghana. Ghana, are you ready now, Brother Joe? Okay, they do not seem to be ready. So what I'm going to do while Ghana sorts out their audio issues and Sister Catherine takes time. Okay, Joanna, do you want to proceed on behalf of Ghana?
No, Brother Bethu says he has been unmuted. So he has been muted. So he's unable to get to us. I could see that he has been muted. So if he can be unmuted.
Nobody muted him. From my side, perhaps he can just log out and log back in again, just like he did before.
Okay.
I think the problem is with his device.
Okay.
Okay, but what I want to do now, while we're sorting out these technical issues, I want to take us into breakout rooms and give us 10 minutes to prepare to present the slides, just in case you haven't finalized your preparation. So the South African group will be presenting the introduction. Malawi will still present question 1. I don't know how Sister Catherine is going to do it alone, but the Lord will give her grace. That's why you're here. You are practicing to be a trainer. So a trainer should be able to teach everything. Kenya will do question 2. Uganda will do question 3. Nigeria question 4. And Ghana question 5. So we'll give you some time to prepare. When we come back, we'll try to come back to Catherine and Ghana to finish their teaching plan before we go into the sample slide presentations. Okay. So I'm going to create 6 breakout rooms, and you know which breakout room to go to. I'm going to do it manually, 6 breakout rooms, and you know which rooms to go to. So you choose your room according to the question you're doing. So the South African group will go to room 6. Yes, Brother Ugochukwu?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Everyone, we had a little problem the last time. I don't know if we missed the step. When the breakout rooms created, we were still there while everybody had come back to the larger group. I don't know if it's an automatic setting that collapses everybody back.
There is supposed
or
to
we
be,
have to.
right? There's supposed to be, but if not, I will come to your breakout rooms and ask you to click leave breakout room. So don't worry about that. Let's just finish up with the allocation now. So I'm going to assign each one to a breakout room. And if you're still in the main group, I'll sort out your issue once we're back. So Malawi is going to group 1. Daniel Gichuhi, I believe you are Kenya, so that should be group 2. Chugo from Nigeria is group 4. And Daniel from Kenya should be group 2. Brother Dennis from Ghana should be group 5. Ezekiel, group 5. John, group 6. Okay, Ezekiel, group 5. Nora should be group 6. Mexico, South Africa, group 6. Seleso also in group 6. Peace from Uganda is group 3. Sophia is group 6. Tochi is group 4. Okay, and Sister Zipporah from Kenya is in group 2. Okay. Uganda is group 3. So I'm going to open the breakout rooms now. If you find that you have not been assigned, don't worry. Once everybody is gone, I will check those who are left and assign them to their breakout rooms. Julius Yego, are you from Kenya or Uganda? Is Julius from Kenya or Uganda?
From Kenya.
Okay, so that will be group 2. Great. So I'm going to open the breakout rooms now. And you've all been assigned. I see there's still a hand. Albert Baduya. Albert, which country are you from? Albert, which country are you from? Albert, I can't hear you. You can type in the chat box or in the WhatsApp so that we know which country you're from. Okay, Reverend Peace, I see your hand is still up. You are muted.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I said I didn't hear the instructions. I've been off.
The instruction is that you are going to go into the breakout room and you will prepare to present the PowerPoint slides for the SPWT. Each group will have 15 minutes to present, right? Uganda, you are presenting question 3 of the PowerPoint slides. We've sent the PowerPoint slides already. So use 10 minutes to prepare.
Sure.
When we come back, we start the presentation. So I'm going to open the breakout room now. You'll go to your breakout rooms just now. It's opening. Brother Dennis?
Yes, Brother Tim. Please, I want to find out this one that we are going to do, is it different from the slide?
Don't worry, I'll come to your different groups to explain what needs to be done. The breakout room is opening now. I'll come to your rooms to explain what needs to be done.